What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz, the #1 small business directory and Discord for stock traders at shopsmallbiz.com. In today's video, we're going to talk about how one stock of ours was up more than 45% in the pre-market when I said it's time to pull the ripcord, only to have some people say that Robinhood screwed them on the exit. So the obvious question of this day is, did you make up to 45%, or were you left holding the bag? All that and more coming at you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, that intro may change or go away altogether when I get back from my vacation, which starts very, very shortly. I really didn't want to be here today. You've had enough of me. I've had enough of you, but duty calls, right? Jason, nothing going on over the last 3 weeks. Ain't nothing going on. Then when we were done with that, wait a second here. Oh, maybe we got another one going on. You can take this to the motherfucking bank. Not only am I going to be right 80 to 90% of the time in the last 15 months, over 250 winners booked on X and now inside the Discord September, but when it gets real quiet, when people start quitting and calling me names as they're going out the fucking door, you can bet your ass something's about to happen. And it did this morning. BSFC, Blue Star Foods, had an alliance with Cisco. That's why we got in the first place. They sell seafood, among other things. But what most of you don't know is insiders unlocked a bunch of stock about a month ago. And there was an offering up in and around 30, 35 cents a share. So I knew, based on 30 years of experience, half of that as a broker from 93 to 2007, that there was a lot of supply waiting to come to the market. And if you haven't figured this out by now, we're often waiting on a news catalyst, some sort of event that's going to send a stock up 30, 50, 100% or more. And then we pull the ripcord. And when I put out the alert at 1587, getting me close to a 30% profit, within 10 or 15 minutes of that going live, there were over 2 million shares that traded up to as high as 17. So every single one of you watching me and those of you inside of the Discord had a chance to make more than I did, or upwards of 45% on the BSFC exit. Last trade, 11 cents on the nose. And as I said earlier, I'm not interested. In case you're just crawling out from under a rock, I want to make at least 30% when I buy something. We generally wait about a month to a month and a half recently because the market, which I'll talk about in a second, is going through a tough spell that I said was going to happen 3 weeks ago. But if I don't think, based on support and resistance overhead, that we can make at least 30%, whether it's on an initial or a rebuy, I'm not interested. So when I saw the fucking stock go down to 1060, I knew it was going to bounce. I think it went as high as 1160. There's your dead cat 5 to 7% move. That's it. Game over. The jig is motherfucking up. Why anyone would want to trade against me is beyond me. You're going to lose. For every one that I got you. There's going to be 9 others that you lose on. Didn't I say in my last 2 videos ago to get out of Holo at 80? Last trade 14 and a quarter and going lower? Didn't I say sell all of SMCI at 980, went down to 690? Now you got Palo Alto, PANW, down 27% and going lower. And Nvda is going to report in about 2 hours. If it gaps up 50 to 100, sell it all if it's a trade. And if it dips like the rest of them are right now, it's still not a buy until it goes all the way down and kisses its 50-day moving average and maybe even a little lower. One of the reasons, if you're still with me and half of you aren't, that small caps, the penny stocks, are having a difficult time in the last few weeks is there's a tremendous amount of damage under the hood in NASDAQ. Jeff Bezos, when he's not sucking face with his fake lip girlfriend, has sold over $5 or $6 billion worth of stock. Tell him I live in Atlanta. In the last 2 weeks. They're getting out of Dodge. They're taking advantage of AI-related stocks that have gapped up or melted up 5, 6, 7 years worth of revenue and earnings growth. SMCI, which peaked at 1,077, will not see those levels, if ever, again for quite some time. It's way out over its skis, or it was, when I was ringing the bell and telling everybody that was willing to listen when you had the fear and greed index at extreme greed of 78 on CNN on its way somewhere towards neutral around 50 to squeeze out the excess. I've been right time and again. Kramer telling you sell all your fucking Bitcoin at 18,000 wrong. Oh, you left 20% on the table with Wolf. Yeah, I also caught 30% or more on BSFC without most of you motherfuckers. In closing, the next month are going to be ugly. Or is, I should say. We have a price hike coming April 1st. Over 20 people have quit or been fired in the last 3 days. And there's going to be 20 more, probably closer to 30, by the time we get in and through April. Hondo, I believe that's his name, basically called me a liar and a fraud this morning. I'm 72 years old. Like you've got some sort of dignity that I or the rest of us don't have. Let's get this fucking straight, Hondo, or anybody else who's throwing shit about me all over the internet. 91.7% win rate in the last 16 months. I spent 2 years on this fucking channel raising billions of dollars of SBA loan and grant money. Nobody paid me a dime. I also gave away $31,000. Ask the Italian from Laguna Beach on YouTube. $500 a clip. I haven't seen a single one of those people since. Why did I do it? Because it was the right thing to do. And people were struggling. And when I decided to launch Small Biz 2 years as of the 28th of this month, I deliberately underpriced it to help out the little guy and gal. But now I know that we just spent $4,000 on shopsmallbiz.com, that we're onto something. Yesterday, I misspoke. I said we're growing at 30% year over year. That's an increase. We're growing at almost 75% year over year. There's going to be 23,000 by the end of this year at shopsmallbiz.com, 40,000 by the end of 2025. Whether you want to pay $75 a month or whatever it is 2 years from now, I don't know, $100 a month. Somebody else will. So in closing, if I haven't said that already, if you don't want to support our cause, if you don't want to pay somewhat close to fair value, then get your fucking greedy, ungrateful motherfucking ass off our server and delete your account at shopsmallbiz.com. And until next time, always remember that I love you, and thanks for watching.